Not quite the banger, but I thought it was fitting for this weekend this time. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Empire 161 Show, Season 7, Episode 7. I kind of feel like there should be the Star Wars opening call right now, like doing this instead of me reading this here. I think it would be more appropriate, but thank you for joining us on this Sunday evening, as we do most of the time. So thanks for joining us on the Facebook live stream. If you're joining us on YouTube or wherever you found your audio-only podcast, we always appreciate the support. We got a bunch of stuff to jump into, but yes, we're opening up with the Star Wars theme because there's a lot of Star Wars happening in Yankee Stadium. Like yesterday was Star Wars Day for reasons unknown, because tomorrow is actually Star Wars Day and they're home. But whatever, you get 2 Star Wars days for some of us, so that was always cool. Yes, I am Ed, and with me as always, Lisa. Lisa, what is up? What's going on?
Hey, good afternoon, early evening, everybody. As a non-Star Wars person, this is like the one day a year that I'm like, all right, let's dive in. But yeah, I thought it was weird that they had Star Wars Day yesterday instead of tomorrow, but I guess it's because tomorrow's a Monday. Who knows? But if you were there yesterday, as Ed was, you may have gotten your Mandalorian bobblehead doll from the player himself, Max Fried, who was handing them out yesterday before the game. Eddie, I just want to say that if there is any chance that on May 22nd, John Carlos Stanton is handing out jerseys, I need to find out what entrance that's at.
Twofold. One, I will say yes, there's probably an excellent chance that he will be.
I'm thinking
this seems to be the thing.
Of the IL, yep. And he's on the IL.
Well, I mean, they've had players do that when it's their bobblehead or their giveaway or something like that. Yeah,
Jazz gave them out one day.
Yeah, they seem to do that. Now, based on what I've seen in social media, so I can pick my head up now because I was trying to share that out quickly.
No.
I seems to be the entrance that is at gate 6 that's closest. It's either Hard Rock or the one like right next to it, like the first entrance you see when you get right off the train. That's what it looks like.
And I thought it was like the one to the left of that. What is that, gate 4?
Yeah, because it's like 6 all the way down by Babe Ruth Plaza, and then 4 is on the corner by Jerome Ave.
Yeah, I can't tell which one it is, but I think it's one of those two. Yeah. I need to know. Somebody, can you please let me know? Because I will be standing out there from 3 p.m. on waiting. Like, I think people just, like, I just need to really meet him, like, for real. Anyway.
I mean, hold on. Time out here. No. I'm not letting you off the hook that easy with that.
You don't have to. I could talk about him the whole episode.
No. This isn't about him, really. This is about you now. So, if you're willing to line up at 3 o'clock at another entrance besides the one that we usually go to, then I will go with you. Put it this way, I will line up early with you. If that's what you really want to do, I am willing to get there extra early with you at the other entrance.
He's such a good friend, folks. He is such a good friend.
I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know right now.
And he's going to be my wingman.
Yes. Okay. Now, just something to think about. You don't have to answer this. We have a couple of weeks. But number one, we might guess wrong, and we might be at the wrong entrance.
I know.
It's a possibility. We can look at some of the old videos and maybe take an educated guess, and then we take our shot, and then we see what we can do. Because
you might not even be handing them out.
That is also a possibility. That's what I wanted to say. That I can't guarantee this.
I know.
Okay, I'm just something to think about. We got a couple of weeks before that day comes. Okay, but when that day comes, if you tell me, hey, let's take a shot, right? Because we know we have our system.
Yes, we do.
Pretty successful.
So we're not going to talk about online because we don't want everybody else.
I am not talking about it anywhere anymore.
No.
Only those who know, and that's it. The information goes no further anymore.
That's it.
Okay, I've been talking about this whole weekend. with those who know. This is
Yeah.
it. If you forgot, then Men in Black flashy thing, you're done. It's over. Sorry.
I just used that meme less than an hour ago with your wife and another one of our friends.
And I have a feeling I know exactly what that was about. But yes, so that's what it is. All right, so you let me know.
You know what? I know somebody who knows somebody who might know if that's happening.
So you do
and
what you
and
have
you
to
also know the person I know.
Yes.
So I'm going to reach out to that person and ask them if they could ask their person to see if they could find out.
I will leave it completely. This decision is 100% yours.
Okay, I'm definitely reaching out to my person. Also, folks, if the stars align and this happens, Eddie will film it.
Oh, I will.
And he'll film me probably crying online. Because that's what happened the time that Eddie couldn't go to the Yankees meet and greet and gave me his tickets. And I watched as my future husband walked up the steps from the Yankee dugout and walked slowly towards me in right field. And then I got a picture with him. But I literally cried for half of his walk up to right field. And my friend was like, "Are you crying?" And I said, "Oh my God, yes, I am."
So ironically, years ago, when I met Bernie Williams, because I'm going to throw this in there. No, I was with someone who did cry though. I was with two friends. It was people I worked with at the time. Actually, it was a coworker and her friend. I didn't realize her friend was such a huge Bernie Williams fan, and he released, I think it was his second album, and we had went to the autograph thing. I have it up there. The Bernie Williams autograph. I have his second album here autographed still.
Did you ever listen to it?
Yes, actually I did. I uploaded it onto, I think, iPod at the time, maybe. And I did listen to it a couple of times. I gotta be honest, it was actually pretty good, but not really my jam. But like it was. I wasn't
decent.
Like, oh my God,
it was decent.
Yeah, it was cool for what it is. It's cool, just not my genre. But she cried, and I made a joke. Me and Bernie Williams actually had a laugh about it. I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize this was happening, and he was like, telling her like, he laughed when I said. And he was just like, he was nice about it. He was mad cool about it though. But me and him had a kind of like a quick laugh about it too. So he was like a super chill, like down to earth kind of guy. He could have maybe went back into Bernie World after that. I don't know, but he's one of my all-time favorite Yankees. He's always been.
I know nobody else has ever made me cry like that. Like literally nobody. I've been fortunate enough to meet several famous people. A few of them that like there's only been two people that have gotten me starstruck, and he's the only one that made me cry. Method Man made me starstruck because I randomly ran into him when I was in Miami, and I just couldn't he called out to me and my friend because we were wearing we went to the Jets Dolphins game, and after the game we were on Ocean Ave, and he was in Ocean Ave too, and he was walking by and he was like, "Yo, New York," and then we both looked and we went, "Oh my God, Method Man!" And I think those are the only words we said because we were just like, and he took a picture with us, and then he promptly left because we yelled his name out like idiots. But we were just so surprised. Like he caught us off guard.
That would have been
anyway.
a good one. For me personally,
He was super nice, but then he was like, "I gotta go."
yeah, I get it. Me and Jerry coming back from one of our baseball trips in LAX. We ran into LL Cool J. Years ago on the plane.
Nice.
He was real cool too, and I have the picture somewhere. I don't know where that is, but
I met him very briefly when I used to work at Roosevelt Field Mall because his wife had opened a kiosk there.
Okay.
Like one of those like island kiosks, and he came with like tons of balloons for like her opening day. It was really sweet, and he just was saying hi to people.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Living up to it. Living up to the the reputation there with them, like being the good ladies man and stuff like that.
For his wife.
Still. Hey, listen, that's even better though, right? Is it not like kind of like driving home like further,
Yeah.
Ladies love Cool James. No, isn't that what that's
what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Well, this lady loves Giancarlo, and I would be the ultimate gift if he was handing out jerseys and I got one from him. Oh my gosh. Right. Anyway, I didn't even get to do my opening thing, so let me just do that really quickly. We're gonna
I'm not gonna let you off though. As far as the same thing goes,
again, I could talk about him the whole episode
because do not There is no try.
He wanted to throw that in there so badly.
I was looking at it and I'm like, man, am I going to do this? Am I going to get it? I mean, I kind of have to. How many times I get to do a shitty Yoda impression and then throw it in there? So, yes.
I am going to do. I will do because I want to do everything I can to meet this man.
Jorge Posada used that quote with the 90s Yankees too a couple of times about do it or not. This is no try.
That is my favorite Yankee, as we've talked about.
Yeah.
All right. However, back to what we really came on for. We're gonna talk about the Yankees versus the Rangers, where we won the series 2-1. And we're going to talk about the Yankees and the Orioles. And it's kind of like to be determined, but it's looking pretty good. We're up 3-0 on the series, but we do have one more game tomorrow night. Also, I would like to briefly touch base with you because we texted about it, about Aaron Judge's facial hair. We'll get to that in a minute. We will talk about, sadly, one of my favorite current Yankees, Ben Rice, got a left hand contusion today. We'll talk about that when we get to today's game. And I want to have a brief shout out. So Elmer Rodriguez pitched his first game for the Yankees during the week that we're recapping. And after that, two of his cousins went on to come in first and second place as the jockeys in the Kentucky Derby, which I think is awesome. So shout out to his cousin Jose Ortiz, who won riding on Golden Tempo. And his other cousin, their brothers, Jose and Irad Ortiz Jr., came in second place on Renegade. How cool is that? That two brothers came in first and second place, and their cousin just started his first game for the Yankees. Like, what a week that family has had.
Yeah, seriously. By the way, shout out to Emmanuel Babari from the fan. He does the Yankees postgame on the radio, too. I happened to randomly catch him on the radio after yesterday, right? Because I ran around a little bit after I came home from the game. And I was in the car listening to it, and he was talking about the Derby right before. And he was talking about how most people place their bets on. They just look at the names and they're kind of like, hey, this one sounds fun. I'm going to do it. And he said he named 3 that he was going to do. And he said there was no research put into this. This is a crappy way to do it. I'm not encouraging you to do this. There was no research put into this. But one of them was Golden Tempo. And so he inadvertently gave you the winner of the Derby. And I was like, damn it. Because there was a time I used to randomly put on the big races, right? Like my father was into horse racing. So that's when he would ask me to do it for him because he could not handle the technology to do it at that time for many years. So he would go through me, and I'm like, oh, me and Angie would jump on board too. It's like, yeah, this sounds like fun. Like, we don't know jack about horse racing, but he would actually do research into it. So we're like, we'll just either jump on board, and I'm always like, I'll throw in random name because it sounds fun. And I could have made a couple of bucks if I would have just listened to him and pulled over him and like, you know something? I'm going to go ahead and go with Golden Tempo. Damn it. And if I would have known there was a connection to Elmer Rodriguez, I absolutely would have did it because I'm like, this is a sign of something. I don't know what it is, but something. I would have done that. Damn it. Instincts.
Did he also name that Elmer Rodriguez's cousins were on those 2 horses?
He did not. I heard that from Meredith Morakovitz earlier.
Yeah.
He did not mention that. I don't know if he knew that at the time. Okay. He was just mentioning it like in passing, like, oh, we're closing the show. Let me just throw it out there.
Yeah.
And who would have known? He had the winner. I don't know. Maybe Golden Temple could have been a favorite for all I know. You know what I mean?
I have no idea.
Yeah, if he was, then obviously this isn't like, oh my God, he picked it out. It was like a 100 to 1 shot or something like that. It wasn't like that. But, I just thought it was interesting. When I heard the name who won, I'm like, got it right. Look at that.
It happens every now and then.
It does.
And then one other thing we all need to know, you went to the game yesterday and they had a few things for Star Wars weekend, and you, as a responsible podcaster, sent your co-host a picture of what you ate.
Yes.
And you had the Grogu dirt pudding sundae. So to remind everybody, And by the way, this has Ed, when he sent me what was in it, I said, Ed, that's all you, man. That is all you. So Eddie has named on here how big of a fan he is of chocolate ice cream. Not only is it chocolate soft serve, but it's Mr. Softy, which Ed is also a huge fan of.
Yes.
So you have Mr. Softy, soft chocolate ice cream, and then chocolate mousse,
Yes.
Oreo cookie crumbs,
Yes.
whipped cream, gummy frogs, because why not?
They were good. They were
And
good.
a
I'm not like
blue-
yeah.
And a blue macaroon.
Which Angie connived me of giving her 3/4 of. I took a bite. To it.
I figured she would.
She's like, "Oh, you don't like macaroons?" I'm like, "You don't know that." So, how many times have we ever talked about macaroons? Probably never. That's one of the
well, I happen to know that your wife can make them.
No, she
She's
can.
made them for events, and I've tasted the macaroons that she makes. She's Eddie's wife is an excellent baker, and she bakes for many. She makes amazing cakes and cookies and cake pops, and she's for hire in case anybody wants to know. You can
Sunday fun day.
Purchase her wares. They're delicious.
So yeah, you had mentioned the Star Wars Day, which, well, I guess we'll talk about that because we'll tie it into the food thing before we get into the recap. So yesterday being the Star Wars Day, again, don't know why it wasn't really Monday, but I guess maybe they figured Saturdays, I don't know, whatever. All right, maybe it was easier to get the kids tie into this. So yes, I'm also a big Star Wars fan. As you can see, I got my Vader Yankees hat on here. A classic from over a decade ago, because a couple of people asked me yesterday, where the hell did you get that thing? I'm like, here, but a very long time ago. And I've never seen it outside of it. Did see one other person with it. And so there's a tie-in that they had. The Yankees promoted the hell out of this, which I've noticed the last couple of years. They are doing like limited run food and merchandise, which is smart. Right? Like, it's interesting. Plus, around your Star Wars Day, if you're going to do Star Wars Day, and at one time they used to do Harry Potter Day for a few years, they did Marvel Day for a few years. Like, you should have some like exclusive merch for that.
Yeah.
And they had some that was there. It wasn't like the merch. I was kind of like, I figured they would have like a fitted. I thought they would bring this one back, and I'm like, that would be cool. They did not, and they had some food there, and they also have cups, apparently souvenir cups. And it's a different one Saturday, today, and tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So which I actually also have.
Here. Look at that. Look at that.
Grabbed that from the 99 burger stand because we did have the first 99 burger of the year. That was tied in because there was no breakfast to be had. And I was starving from standing out in the damn line forever. So when we went in, we got that. So yeah, there was some merch. There was a homage shirt, which was okay. They already have it on the site, not a big deal. There was another shirt that with Mandalorian and Grogu. Okay. The really cool thing they got, and I'm not saying I'm not going to try to get it tomorrow, but I had it in my hand and I passed on it yesterday because the lines were out of control. They had the mini bats, which I've always loved the mini like wooden bat, but it was a lightsaber.
Oh,
and it glowed in the dark. I'm like,
that's cute.
This is pretty awesome. I have to admit it. What am I going to do with this thing? Who knows?
You collect.
Exactly. So I'm like, maybe not. And I had it in my hand. I looked at the line. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. Because, I mean, it was like jammed in the team store when I was talking. So I passed on it. We'll see if they have any tomorrow. Maybe I'll get it if it's easier to get. But they also had like 2 food things that were exclusive for the weekend. And one of them was Grogu's Dirt Pudding Sundae, which Lisa had mentioned the contents to. And I waited online for a long time for it because I was there so damn early and I already ate my 99 burger. And Angie stayed in the Pepsi lounge because she was complaining she was cold. So I was like, instead of standing here, I'm just going to go get this thing. Lisa, the line, it was the same stand that we got the fried chicken from, the fried chicken ice cream. And they only had it at this one stand, which I don't fully get. Because
they did say that it was only going to be at one stand.
Yeah, but I just think it's a stupid idea. Like, I don't think you should. because number one, like, you're putting this on your day with the bobblehead. You're putting this on your Star Wars day. Like, there's going to be a massive line for this, and it takes a minute for them to make this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just thinking logistically here, right? Like, I always kind of just, my brain seems to go to, like, the logistics of it. I think you should have had a couple, maybe one on each level. Say, hey, listen, here's the 3 stands that will be doing it, and you could have broke it up. Because this line, Lisa, it was past the hibachi.
Wow.
It was nuts. I've never seen an ice cream line this long in my life. Now, on top of that, people were lined up because they announced that they were restocked on the fried chicken ice cream. So the combo of that,
that's silly.
I think, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying now. Like,
yeah, it's too many things in one part. You're in, like, it's an intentional traffic jam.
Exactly. Yeah. And ironically, because if you were with me yesterday, you would have been in and out, because they split it into 2 stations, and the other side had the blue milkshake, which is the other Star Wars thing.
That's what I wanted.
Lisa, nobody knew it was a line because there was barely a line for that thing.
Oh,
I think everyone was going to one. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, it was almost like this intentional thing. And I was like, should I jump off this line and just go get the damn blue milkshake today and then, like, come back and get this on Monday?
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the clock and I'm like, it actually was moving okay, but watching them make it, this thing takes a minute to make, and they also had to reload because it was the chocolate ice cream moment.
Right.
So I just think it was logistically, it was kind of, silly, but whatever. I did get it on time and stuff like that, and I will tell you right now, like Lisa mentioned, this is right up my alley because I love chocolate. This, as much as I adored the banana cream nachos, and as much as I adored the apple pie, and this isn't a knock on any of that, I would choose this 10 out of 10 times over it because it's chocolate.
Yeah.
And it was good, though. It was really good. Angie had, like, a little bit of it because she was dragging ass a little bit on getting upstairs to meet me, because we had to, like, converge because she was trying to stay warm as long as she could. But it was really good. But you have to be, like, a chocolate on chocolate fan, which I am all about. Like, stack it. It's fine. But in the gummy, the green gummies were good too. Like, I had one with a scoop of that to make sure you got the mixture and stuff, and, like, the crossover flavor, which I try to do with these things. And it was delicious. It was awesome. I shared your picture with you. Like, they didn't cheap out on it and stuff. But yeah, it just took a minute for them to make it. And I get it. Like, when you look at all the stuff that's got to go in.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That was there. And during the line, though, which was clutch, somebody announced that they had sold out on the chicken bucket ice cream. And yep. Whoop, and I was like, did you guys hear? They sold out on a chicken bucket ice cream. I did yell that out, and there were people who left. And I'm like, yes, let's go. Let's keep it moving.
All right, good for you.
I just kept looking, because I'm like, if you tell me you're sold out of the Grogu dirt pudding, then I'm the next guy out of here. Yeah. And then that's it. But they restocked by the time I got up. All of a sudden, they showed up with chicken bucket ice cream. And I was like, should I get one of those too while we're here?
You probably should have.
Probably should have. I thought about it, and then I'm like, eh.
Well, maybe you can get that tomorrow.
Yes, because tomorrow will be.
It'll be nice out tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no. Tomorrow's a good day for a blue milkshake.
Okay, and that too. Yeah.
Yes.
You talking about the lightsaber little bat.
You want one?
And just like I don't. That's not my thing. It's cute, but it's not my thing. Yeah. But I'm just thinking about, like, all the great ways that they can market things around special events. Like, if they do Harry Potter again, they could have a wand bat.
Yes.
That, like, the tip of it lights up, right?
Yes.
Like, that would be cute. The marketing department has gotten, like, really good about these things. And I want to know now, when it becomes Hispanic Heritage Month, what are they going to serve? Because there are, like, you could literally, for the entire month between September 15th and October 15th, you could literally pick a different country and just have something from each country.
Yeah, they should. I'm curious to see where
Yankees
it goes.
holler! I got ideas.
Well, the thing was, we mentioned it last time. Like, last year, it's like they were doing this on the low a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like this year
very intentional.
Yeah, they got the message, because this was blasted on every social media. I saw it on my Twitter. I saw it on Facebook. You know,
I
I
even saw it
was,
on the Yankees broadcast.
yeah, and that's the way that you need to do it. You need to promote these things, promote the hell out of it. Like, you have
Hmm.
awesome stuff. You're trying to make more money, revenue. So tell people about it. Don't keep it a secret, and people will line up. And everyone knew about it because even
Yeah.
I was trying to get Tim a cup because I mentioned to him, and Lisa, I couldn't get a cup. Like, everyone was leaving because some of the stands had the regular cups and no one gave a shit. But I saw people intentionally going and making sure that they got their Star Wars cup
Hmm.
yesterday because there were a lot of like other Star Wars fans. Like, it's cool. I always like the whole thing they do. They do the things on the scoreboard and stuff like that, like the
Yeah.
little factoids and stuff, and they do wordplay and they have the opening crawl. Yeah, we went to a Star Wars day together years ago. Like, remember,
Yes.
like you and Chris and stuff, we took the picture with like R2D2 and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been to two of them.
yeah, they're a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, as someone who's also a Star Wars fan, like, it's a lot of fun. I get a kick out of what they do for it and stuff. And
Yeah. And
yeah,
you never know. You might see like R2D2 just strolling along
yeah, who
on the
knows?
concourse. Like,
Yeah. And we were in the Pepsi Lounge. We did like they had we got a picture with some of the characters from Andor, which was the
mhm.
Disney Plus series they had. So that's who we got a
Whatever
picture
that
with.
is, sure. Hmm.
It's a really good series actually. But yeah, there was that, and then they had different sections. They were announcing who was there, and they had the parade before and the usual stuff
Yeah.
there. So no, it was a lot of fun. But the Sunday, the Grogu dirt pudding Sunday was fantastic. I wish it was there all the time. Who knows? Because I do wonder with these things, like, would they ever, like, is this going to be every Star Wars day, or are they going to change it up? Do we never see it again? Kind of like the peanut butter and bacon jam
Hmm.
burger. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see, like, if I'm sure they're tracking how many they're selling,
Yeah.
and we'll see. Maybe certain things they make a permanent fixture. So.
But I think that they should really figure out how to have it at a few different stands because I agree with you. It
Yes.
shouldn't just be at that one stand. It should be at least just for accessibility purposes too.
Yeah.
Like some people only come in and stay by like the gate 6 area, right? So where the 99 burgers are on that side.
Yeah.
Like, and there is a shake stand near there.
And it should be there.
So they should have some of the options at that stand as well.
Yeah, because they did a smart thing, which I'm curious to see how it plays out this summer, is almost like every food stand has a Mr. Softy machine in it now. And I'm assuming that is to A, sell more ice cream, and B, to alleviate the ice cream stands because the lines are out of control. Once the weather gets warmer and the kids are out of school, you're toast. Like, if you don't get it before the
Yeah.
game, you're done. And I'm curious to see how that plays out this year. Like, I'm sure at first not a lot of people will know about that, and hopefully some of us can go and just grab when they go to the bathroom quickly, they can go grab a Mr. Softy and keep it moving. But it should help alleviate them, or there will be just 1,000 ice cream lines, and I'm sure they'll be happy with that too because that means there's that much more ice cream being sold. I'm curious to see how that plays out though. But
Me
I'm
too.
thinking one on each level is what they should do with if you're going to do one of these exclusive things, and like this at least that you're heavily promoting and tying in with your Star Wars stuff.
Yeah,
As
because
well.
I'm just thinking about like let's just say that we had the good fortune recently of sitting in the judges chambers. The judges chambers is literally on the opposite side of the field from the stand.
Yeah.
Right. So
It
if
was
your
fun.
seats are in that area of the agency of the stadium, I'm thinking about work. Like you would never think to go on the third base side to see what the food is unless you're like some like us,
Yeah, if
right?
you
That
did
we're
your
like
homework.
actively seeking stuff. But I would say like I'm gonna say like 70% of people are like they're just going to that one game that one day because,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Except for like and even like diehard fans that go to multiple games, like season ticket holders, like they're probably just going straight to their seats or straight to their favorite stand. There's that niche group of people like us that we're like, nah, we want to try this, whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
And if you want to build that base out, you have to make it more accessible and multiple places, multiple touch points where you can get that one thing.
Yeah, because if I wasn't there for the bobblehead, like tomorrow, if there's a huge line for the blue milkshake, I'm gonna have to contemplate, like, hey, do I really want this thing or not? Like, and I may or may not say no. Like, I'm gonna try to get there early, like I usually do, and I'm gonna head straight for it. But yeah, I mean, it would probably turn me away then, and I'm like, well, screw this then. It's not happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, just something to think about there with that. All right, so let's get into some actual baseball then.
We're not gonna talk about Aaron Judge's facial hair.
Oh,
I mean, that could take like 2 seconds. What is it? That's all I gotta say. Like,
yeah, I don't really, I don't know what it is. I picked up on it, I think Friday, so it was probably there before. I don't know. I'm gonna take a stab at this and say that he had himself a pretty damn good week at the plate.
So he's being superstitious.
Yep, that's the only explanation I can
the same piece of gum until he doesn't do well in a game.
He's extremely superstitious. So which led me to believe that when he has an offer, don't be shocked that then suddenly he's clean shaven the next day. Something to keep an eye on. I'm hoping it doesn't happen because I don't want to see him go over. But because it looks like he's starting to lock in now. So.
Yeah, but I also don't want him to have a ZZ Top beard. Like,
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean,
no.
It looks weird though. It does look weird because it's like here.
Yeah, it's just here.
Yeah, it's just over here because even like I'm gonna shave tomorrow, but like you could still see like there's something here, so there's some form of rhyme or reason.
Yeah,
it's just like here. It's like what a lot of guys get when you first grow in facial hair when you're like 16 or 17, and you're like, what is this? And you just hold on to anything because it's there, and you're like, oh, I'm a man now, blah blah blah, like an idiot. That's kind of what it looks like. It just doesn't look good. Like, if you're going to keep it, then start making some sense out of it.
Yeah, I think he also just has really light facial hair. Like,
yeah.
Because when he used to have his hair a little bit shorter, it looked like almost like reddish brown, like a lighter.
Yeah.
So I feel like his facial hair is probably that color. But, of all the players that have started growing facial hair, it just doesn't look right on him. Like, I don't know.
Because there are guys. A goatee, if he did like a no, what I'm saying is if he shaved and had an actual goatee, it would look weird at first, but I'm sure. But at least for me, at least there's like a rhyme or reason to it. With him, it just looks like, dude, you forgot to shave. Like that's
or you intentionally didn't shave. So
again, you're just not shaving right now. So I'm curious to see how long that goes. But my money is going to be on. Because he had himself, he's had a red hot week.
Yeah, so, he has had a good week. I will say this though, even with the gum thing, like having gum in your mouth for 3 hours straight, the same piece of gum for 3 hours straight, like that's rough. That's tough because that gum gets hard and tasteless and and I'm a gum lover. I love gum. Like I chew gum regularly, but I don't keep the same piece in my mouth for 3 hours.
No, I chew gum when I play softball.
Or when I'm like, you want a piece?
Yeah, which I don't always say yes, but like that's
you don't always say yes.
No. It depends. Like if I'm in the middle of like having something flavorful, I'm like, no, I don't want the gum to interrupt this. So I'm gonna.
Yeah.
But at games, I chew gum a lot. But yeah, as soon as the taste is gone, especially like in Big League Chew, it's gone immediately. Get that shit out of here. It's gross now, and then I'll reload then and get. If there's no flavor to it, there's no point. So he has his own Big League Chew flavor too.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. I think
what is it?
It's grape, which is one of my favorites.
It's what?
Grape.
Oh, grape. Oh.
Yeah, it's is it Grand Slam grape or whatever? I don't know. I've seen it. I bought it a couple of times, like because like we have the bucket, and I usually technically have my own stash, which is kind of like the other like the one out of the packet.
You have the original one.
Well, I don't buy the original. Well, the original form, yes.
Yeah, form. That's what I mean.
always buy
shredded.
The sour apple or the grape. Those are my two go-tos, like in my own personal stash, not together, because that's
that. Between old school candies, Big League Chew and for gum, Big League Chew and bubble tape were two of my favorites back in the day. I used to love bubble tape. Oh my god.
So did I. I actually did like bubble tape a lot too. Because I feel like for me, Big League Chew disappeared for a little while, and then it was bubble tape, and then Big League Chew, I started finding it again. And I went back. Yeah, maybe I'll get some. I'll get a pack for Let's see.
For old time's sake.
No, next time I play is Friday. I got Murph Guide Friday, and then we got our games on Saturday. So I'm gonna get some Aaron Judge. I'm pretty sure it's Grand Slam grape. I'm gonna get a pack, maybe 2. We'll see.
Okay.
And then you don't like grape, do you?
I don't love grape gum.
Okay.
No, I would rather have like the standard pink for Big League Chew.
Okay. I'm not saying the flavor still doesn't last very long, but
no, but if you have some, I will ask.
Okay, fair enough. I will share the personal because the personal stash usually stays in the bat bag.
I know.
It's not. Yeah, I don't put it out there with the rest. But, yeah. I wish they had the buckets in different flavors.
That would make sense.
I don't know. Maybe most people like the original. I don't know.
Even if they had like variety pack, like mystery box.
That would be awesome.
Mystery bucket. That would.
If I got a strawberry.
Oh, the strawberry one was way too much.
Yeah. It's not
anyway, we went on several tangents so far.
Yeah, I know. It's so. All right, well, let's talk about something baseball then, shall we? So the Yanks went ahead and ended their very long road trip in Texas way back last Monday night and took the opener by a final of 4-2. Max Fried picked up the win. His record at the time was 4-1. He went 6 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. David Bednar picked up his 8th save of the season. The mentioned Aaron Judge in his hot week, 3 for 3 with his 11th homer of the year. Which obviously gets an RBI and a run scored. Ben Rice, 1 for 4 with his 10th homer of the year, 2 RBIs, the run scored, and a walk. And Jazz, 1 for 4 with his 3rd homer of the year, obviously getting the RBI and run scored as well. So Yanks kept on after taking care of Boston in last weekend's series and kept them moving here. So I see the Yanks going ahead and moving on there. You got anything further on the Monday night game?
I do, and this is a theme that continues throughout the week. But with Ben Rice and Aaron Judge both hitting home runs, and I think I even mentioned this last week on our podcast, they are the second Yankees teammates with 10+ home runs each in the club's first 29 games. Yogi Berra and Mickey Mantle did it in 1956. Also, I wanted to comment because as I was prepping for today, I do the pitching probables. Why did they play the Rangers in Texas last week and then this week they're playing them at home? Like, that just sounds so. Remember how we learned that there's just this couple that does the schedule for all the MLB teams?
Yes.
I think they're getting tired. I think they need help.
Well, I think it's just I think with the balanced schedule, it has thrown in a lot of wrinkles, and that's why we've seen these kind of like weird schedules since they went to a balanced schedule, because they have to do things that are completely out of the ordinary, which we were so accustomed to over the years. Because you do have to travel and factor in travel, and again, all the other teams every single year now, and the Yankees don't see the Red Sox 3 times in Fenway every year. Like they kind of had to alter it. Now it's resulting in some of these wacky things. Also, like when the Yankees open up at home against like the Marlins or like the Giants. Well, I don't mind the Giants as much because Yankees Giants. Yeah, there is a history there, which is so for me it's kind of cool, but it's also just weird because I think you should like maybe start against the AL East. In September, it should be heavy division schedule.
Well, remember last year, their last, if I'm not mistaken, their last games against the Red Sox were like early August.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
And the broadcasters were like, yeah, this is the last time we're going to see the Red Sox unless they both make it to the playoffs. Like, that's freaking weird.
It is.
I totally agree that the beginning of the year should be like marquee matchups, right? So if it's the Giants, the Dodgers, or whatever, or American League East in particular for the Yankees. The end of the year should like solely be American League East. It's just so weird the way that the schedules get done now. I just wanted to comment on that because I was like, we're going to talk about the Rangers again next week.
Okay. Yeah, it's just I know, and just you see them over and over again, and it's a bit odd. So, all right, well, we will see the Rangers a little bit more here. So the Yankees would go ahead and take the second game of the series by a final of 3-2. Cam Schlittler picked up his 4th win of the year. He's now 4-1. He went 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. So another dominant performance by Killer Cam. Bednar got his 9th save of the year. Not easy by any stretch of the imagination, and that's kind of just been his jam, where he's got to get himself into jams before getting himself out. He's almost like one of those magicians that has to put himself in his like straight jacket or box or something. He's like, oh, watch me get out of this one, and that's it. As long as he keeps getting them. But for me, it's just like, hey, on one hand, you're showing you got, the cojones to get in and get out of them and all of that, right? Like, he shows that.
Just
like,
keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Yeah, it's just that again, the velocity is down a little bit, and the control has been a little bit off. I don't know if this ties into, like, because there was at one point, a lot of guys who played in the WBC were kind of off to slow starts. So you just wonder if maybe the usual ramp up wasn't there, because they were like, hey, you're in playoff games now. Here you go right away. So it's no excuse. Like, whatever, it is what it is. Because in the WBC, he was another magician man, again, in a lot of that, and he always got out of it. So it is his jam. But it would be nice. I do like the old Mariano Rivera days, where it's just like, I can kick back my feet and just yawn and like, all right, let's go. Cutter. All right, let's go. Play Frank and let's just keep it moving. Aaron Judge, 2 for 4 with his 12th homer of the year, 2 runs scored and an RBI. Austin Wells, 2 for 3 with his 3rd homer of the year, with obviously the RBI and run scored. So we got a little Dominican Wells here, because I'm going to keep going with that. I'm willing it to be more consistent because I just need it to happen. But yeah, the good city Yanks go ahead and take in another series win in the second game of the series. So, you got anything further?
I do. I have 3 things for this game. So when Aaron Judge hit his 12th home run in the top of the 9th, that he had homered in 3 straight games for the first time since last year, from June 8th through June 12th. And I always try to mention facts about the other team if it's applicable. So when Josh Young, I think is how you say his last name.
Yeah.
Right? It's Young, not Jung. Young. When Josh Young had an RBI single in the bottom of the 9th, excuse me, he extended his hitting streak to 8 games, the longest by a Ranger in this season. So he's having a solid year for himself. And then Jose Caballero stole a base during the game, and that was his American League leading 12th stolen base of the year.
Yeah, Cabby, we'll get more to. I'm sure Cabby will be tied into a conversation we'll have a little while, because he's heavily involved in it. But yeah, listen, it's a huge part of his game. I mean, if I had to put money on it, I'd say he's probably going to lead the American League in steals, as long as he stays healthy.
And stays in the games.
Well, yeah, I mean, one way or the other.
In some capacity.
Yeah, one way or the other. I think he's earned the right where he's going to stay in one way or the other for the majority of this stuff.
Yep.
All right, and then Wednesday afternoon, which was the matinee, the Yanks unfortunately got shut down by old friend Nathan Eovaldi by a final 3-0. But the big story in this game was the major league debut of Elmer Rodriguez, who was the Yankees' number 3 prospect. Currently, he took the loss, record 0-1. He only lasted 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, and 3 Ks. Ben Rice was the only offensive player to speak of, as he was 3 for 4 with 3 singles, but nothing else. So, Elmer Rodriguez, who's got nasty stuff. His slider's pretty filthy. He's known for having impeccable control. Really didn't have it. Major league debut, you can understand the nerves. The nerves were there, and I'm excited to see him, because he's going to get another turn through the rotation this week, and after that has kind of been like up in the air at the moment. But I did like what I saw from the kid. Like, he got into some jams early. He worked himself out of them for the most part. Because they still only, again, he gave up 2 runs, so it's not like he got completely shelled. It was just a lot of walks mixed in there. So very curious to see how he reacts this week.
At home,
and
which might even be more nerves.
It could be. I'm curious to see though. That's what I'm saying. Like, does the home nerves affect him? Now he's actually in the pinstripes. He's facing the same team again, which is usually not good for the pitcher. It's usually advantage offense then because now they've seen what you got.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be curious to see how he adapts and maybe he mixes it up more and stuff like that. And they, come at them with a completely different game plan. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. This week. But yeah, the Yanks don't get the sweep there, but do still take the series.
Did you happen to see? I love watching the videos where they tell players that they're going up to the big leagues. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
So cute.
Those are always awesome. I'm glad baseball's doing that.
I know. I love seeing those so much.
But yeah, I'm curious to see though how this shakes out because the rotation thing has been interesting. It's also interesting to see that because we talked about it last week that Luis Gil got sent down.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, we didn't know Elmer Rodriguez was getting a start. But just the way the Yankees are moving with the rosters this year seems to be with a greater level of urgency and a little different. And we'll talk about what is a little different a little bit later on after the recap. But it's encouraging to see how the difference in the operation, I would say, so far this year.
Mm-hmm.
So the Yanks would go then after an off day on Thursday and come back and welcome the Orioles in as a Friday night and would bounce right back, taking down the Orioles by a final 7-2. Will Warren continued his strong start to the season. His record's now 4-0, lasted 6 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. He was nasty selling the night. Ben Rice, 2 for 5 with his 11th homer of the year, driving in 3 with a run scored. Aaron Judge, 2 for 3 with an RBI, 2 runs scored, and 2 walks. Jose Caballero, 1 for 4 with his 4th homer of the year, which was interesting because that was the night that we heard that Anthony Volpe would be staying the weekend in Somerset. I mean, and that he knew because there was speculation he was going to get called up on Friday. When they said he's going to stay down a little longer, as we mentioned last week, how Cabby's been on fire since it was announced that Anthony Volpe started off his rehab thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a coincidence. So, and Cody Bellinger, 2 for 4 with a walk, a double, and an RBI. So nice way to kick off the homestand with a 7-2 win. So you got anything further on the Friday night game?
I do. When Ahmed Rosario hit his RBI single, scoring Aaron Judge in the bottom of the 7th, that gave Aaron Judge his 900th run, and it tied him with my favorite, as we mentioned earlier, Jorge Posada, for 19th all-time in Yankees franchise history. 900th run.
Yes. And a lot of home runs.
And, with health hopefully on his side, he's got several years. So he's probably going to get in the top 5. I mean, I don't know where it stands. Let me not say that. At least top 10 for sure. By the end of this career.
Yeah, I would probably say, and without looking at the numbers, I would say.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the numbers at all.
Yeah, so. The thing with Judge is just it's incredible what we're seeing with him. He's an all-time great Yankee, regardless of whatever the numbers shake out to. It's just because he got a later start than a lot of guys. I mean, there's a good chance he's gonna hit over 500 home runs, and again, considering the late start, I'm always gonna imagine with him what would have happened if he would have, went right into the minors and got called up earlier. But the question is, does he become the same guy or not? Something we'll never know. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe he needed that seasoning, the extra seasoning to become this guy. So, all right. So you had mentioned yesterday being Star Wars Day at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees used the force to take this one by a final of 9-4. Ryan Weathers did pick up his second win of the year. His record's now 2-2. Only 5 innings though, because he got into trouble later on in the 6th. 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. But the story of this game was Cody Bellinger. 4 for 4, 2 home runs, 2 porch jobs, because that's what they were. It is what it is, but who cares? The other team plays in the same field. That gave him 5 home runs of the year, 4 RBIs, a double, and 3 runs scored. And I know he had 11 total bases on the day. Trent Grisham 2 for 4 with his 5th homer of the year, a double, a walk, and 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored, and also a new walk-up song, which will probably be used next week. And that was on the table for this week's intro, but got bumped because of Star Wars Day.
Whose was it?
Trent Grisham has some new country song that
Oh,
is there. I don't know. You know me. I don't. It's not my jam either. But it was noticeable because he's had the same song for a couple of years, and now I'm like, what is this about? And I saw some people posting it on Twitter, so it stood out there. I know there was some stats on Cody Bellinger though, with his 11 total bases and yada yada. So I left that alone. As I'm pretty sure. I'm like, I know Lisa's going to jump on this one. So tell us more about Cody Bellinger.
well, before I get to him, I just have two other things. So Pete Alonso's solo home run it had an exit velocity of 114.6 miles per hour, which for us we take for granted because we have Judge and Stanton when he's healthy hitting that regularly. But that was the fastest hit home run of his for the year. And then in the bottom of the 5th, when Cody Bellinger hit his 2nd home run of the game, that was his 21st career multi-home run game, and it was the 2nd of the season and the 4th as a Yankee for him. And as per one of our favorites, Katie Sharp on X, Bellinger is one of 4 Yankees with at least 4 hits, 4 RBIs, and a steal in a game over the last 35 seasons. I'm sure you know who the other 3 were.
Run the stat line again. I'm sorry. Let me take a guess.
He's one of 4 Yankees with at least 4 hits, 4 RBIs, and at least 1 steal in a game over the last 35 seasons. 35 seasons seems like a lot.
Yeah. Well, I was 11, so. Derek Jeter?
Yep.
A-Rod?
Mm-hmm.
Robinson Cano?
No. Think of
Bernie Williams?
Think of a base stealer.
Oh, Brett Gardner?
Nope.
Oh. Alfonso Soriano?
Nope.
Whoa.
Outfielder.
Not Bernie Williams. Not Alfonso Soriano. Paul O'Neill?
No, I don't think.
No, he had 20 steals in his last season. He had 20 steals. That's why I was like, maybe you try to get that in there. No, not the biggest base stealer there. No, there's no, not Stanton.
No.
Hey, listen, I'm all right. Maybe I'm overthinking this a little bit here. Johnny Damon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And this was his first career game. Bellinger's his first career game with at least 4 hits and a stolen base. So a lot about Belly on this game.
Yeah, it's good to see him heating up because he was off to a pretty slow start. Now, like he's starting to, and the offense in general is starting to like.
And his defense too. He made some crazy catches today. Yeah. Yesterday, one of them.
Whatever. I'll hold off on it until today.
Yeah, Aaron Judge did too.
Yeah, he had I think it was like the 3rd or 4th inning. He put on like a complete show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, and by the way, speaking of stats, yesterday was Sarah Lang's birthday. Who's the other statistician?
Yeah.
So that's always cool. Like, happy birthday to Sarah Langs if that ever like gets to her and like that. She's awesome at what she does as well.
Yeah.
All right, but the Yanks would clinch the series earlier today by a final of 11-3. Max Fried took a no decision though, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 6 Ks. He did. He did not clearly have his. It looked like early on he had his A stuff, and I think it was like the 3rd or 4th when he kind of like completely like lost, and he kept on looking at like his hand and stuff. I'm like, time he's got a blister or something like that. Like it's a legitimate pitcher baseball injury, but it just annoys me because it sounds ridiculous, but to get a feel on a pitch with the seams and everything like that, I understand why it is a bad injury for a pitcher.
I actually have a hypothesis, but we'll get to it in a little bit.
Fernando Cruz picked up the win in relief. His record's now 3-0, which relievers win-loss records are. I mean, we went over Duvall last week and everything like that. You take it with a huge grain of salt. But Jason Dominguez, 3 for 5 with his first homer of the year, 3 RBIs, which all came in one inning, 2 doubles and 2 runs scored. So hopefully this is something that gets him going here. Aaron Judge, 2 for 4 with his 13th homer of the year, 2 RBIs, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Ben Rice, 2 for 2 with his 12th homer of the year, which was a laser in the first inning here, first pitch he had seen. 2 runs scored, and also, as Lisa mentioned earlier, left the game in the 4th with a hand contusion, which was a scary thing that mentioned. It looks like it was on that cross-up with the pickoff attempt from Fried, whose Fried's move completely, even the first baseman can't pick it up when the hell it's going to happen, let alone base runners.
Yeah. So that's actually, I'm wondering if that threw him off. I'm talking about Max Fried. Because I think
possibly.
Because even after that, he had one, I think it was the very next inning that he had this one windup that was very Nestor Cortez-ish. And
he does the leg up. Yeah, he does the leg up.
But he froze, and Michael K was even like, he looks like a flamingo right now. But he seemed to kind of lose his I don't know if it's concentration or what. I think he got shook by that. I think he did.
Yeah, he's like, if I friggin' just took out one of our
best hitters.
Yeah, basically an emerging young star. Like, I mean, that sucks.
Yeah, but you could definitely see it. Like his hand kind of twisted a little bit when he caught the ball. And it twisted in the dirt when he caught the ball. So they did X-rays. They said there was nothing, thankfully, on the X-rays. So they just think it's going to be a bruise, and it'll take a little while to heal. Which I know that feeling with my knee. So. Hopefully Ben Rice is way younger than me and he could be back on the grind soon because he's been pretty
awesome. I mean,
this year. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, the lineup without him, it's not the same.
No, it's not. I have a quick stat about Jason Dominguez. So he batted .204 as a righty in 2025, and he went 2 for 2 versus lefties and is 3 for 5 on the season. That's just what the stat says. I'm reading that stat.
Well, the thing is, though, that's the key for him, right? Like, as a switch hitter, if he can establish himself as a legitimate threat in the lineup, right? Like, if that comes back, and then I'll have to figure out what it is. But, he needs to show that he can be a legitimate switch hitter in this lineup, and I think that will keep him here. Plus, Randall Grichuk got cut. I mean, we'll talk about it in a minute, but Volpe's around the corner at some point. And we'll see, but I think it's there. As McKay had said it earlier, and it's true. Like, the Yankees have good problems to have, but yet they are problems. So, like, you do need to figure it out what's what, and these things tend to work themselves out. But until then, you got some tough decisions to make. Then, which kind of leads us though into it. So. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to check because obviously, whoopsie, wrong one. Sorry there, producer Pat. So Anthony Volpe's rehab assignment ended officially today, and the Yanks have to make a decision on exactly what the hell they're going to do with him. And we had mentioned Jack Curry believes that they're not recalling him. Like, he will probably stay in AAA and continue playing. I mean, they put up his numbers. They weren't exactly off the charts. Like, it's not like he was tearing it up like since then. So, the Yankees do need to figure it out. And I was trying to check to see if there was an official word on what they're going to do, because they do need to make a decision today. Let's see.
Yeah, I only have Jack Curry, and then it says the Yankees are optioning infielder Anthony Volpe to the minors per Joel Sherman.
Oh, all right. So then he is. So then, the decision was made. He's going to be in AAA, and I think it's kudos to the Yankees though, because in the past, the last couple of years, we've discussed it on here numerous times, and I'm sure elsewhere and everything, that the front office sometimes in the regular season does not treat it with the biggest sense of urgency, and sometimes they give guys certain players an unlimited rope, right, to go. Volpe was one of them, and that's why a lot of the fans have become frustrated. Plus, also, when he made his debut on opening day a couple of years ago, I mean, shit, it was 4 years ago now. We thought we were getting the new Yankees superstar, shortstop, all the other stuff, and he's never fully lived up to it. And he didn't really play AAA, and they kind of rushed him up. They thought he was ready, and the questions are like, maybe they did him a disservice. Maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe with that looping swing that he's had, that uppercut he's had, maybe he's not the guy who's supposed to be, swinging for the fences and stuff like that. Maybe he should be. And he's made adjustments over the years of trying to be more of a line drive hitter, which I think for his stature and everything and his skill set, because he's fast, that's the kind of guy maybe he should be, and then let the home runs come naturally. I think it's a good thing, though. Like, Gabby's earned it, right? He's one of the best by the metrics. He's one of the best defensive shortstops in the game. So you don't want to take it away from him, even though he, like you mentioned earlier, he can play all over the place, and he is a great utility guy, and that's a great weapon to have. But he's on fire right now. He's doing a great job there.
Yep.
You want to reward him at the same time, and let Volpe get a little bit more time. Maybe there's certain things he could work on and get maybe some more time and find his way up. Maybe it lights a fire under his ass, and he's like, all right, someone kind of took my job for the first time. Right? Like, and maybe he comes back even better, because I always have felt like it doesn't have to be a jealousy thing on teams. You can have a healthy competition while still being teammates and great teammates to each other. And maybe he comes back better than ever. Maybe he finally lives up to the hype.
I mean, maybe he needs to talk to Jason Dominguez, who was just brought back up for whatever number of times it's been a couple times for him. And each time they say, like, he comes up, he's ready, he's smiling, he's prepared, like he's interacting with the other guys, and maybe you just need to have a conversation with him and be like, hey, that way you aren't necessarily stuck there forever. Like, prove that you deserve to be back on the big league field.
Yeah, and again, maybe you can work on parts of your game, because go tear up AAA. That's what I'm saying. Like, go to AAA and go tear it up, and then earn your spot. Force them to call you up.
Yep.
Like Spencer Jones has been on fire lately. He's forcing their hand. Like, I do think that this is a good thing with the Yanks are, calling up their guys a little bit quicker now, right? Like when they're earning it in AAA, which is, by the way, another guy to look into. Giovanni Cruz, who's a reliever who's throwing in the triple digits for Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Yanks need bullpen help. That's been clearly the weakest part of their team. He could earn a spot. Like, he should be getting called up, I would imagine, sometime in the next week or two. And especially over a Jake Bird or a Paul Blackburn, even though you kind of need those guys on a team to eat innings when they're down or up by a lot. But I just feel like they've been acting with more of a sense of urgency and not worrying about certain things anymore. Because if this was last year or the year before that, I feel like Volpe would have gotten called up the second he was healthy, and who knows what would have happened after that. And then, it just would have been a chain of events that would have happened with the roster. I just feel like they're going more urgent. Judge has talked about it throughout the year. He said that was the message in training camp, is that, hey, we finished tied for the best record in the American League last year. We got thrown into the wild card series. We didn't have home field advantage against the Blue Jays. We don't know if this ends up the same or not, but they're treating the regular season with a greater sense of urgency this year. And I think that's a good thing. And it seems like it's from the front office down. And that's what the fan base has been screaming for the last couple of years. And it's encouraging to see. I love the fact that we're getting this now. Like, Luis Gil probably would have gotten more starts, right, in the past couple of years. Oh, we need to get him right. He's down. He's got to work his way back up, right? Maybe he comes back as a reliever, because the bullpen is the spot for the pitchers to me. Like, that's where you want to go. So maybe he reinvents himself and comes back and helps them another way, like Phil Hughes did way back when. He was a huge part of the 09 bullpen. Honestly, that's kind of some forget about. And, Jobber Chamberlain at the time, so even though, like, that was like a disaster. The Jobber
I just think of the midgets every time I think of it.
I still stand by the fact that they zapped him of his powers like the Monstars. They just like bit into it because he was never the same after that.
No, he wasn't.
But yeah, it's cool. And then we'll see what Elmer Rodriguez, like if he has a great start, we'll see what happens. Because they've said 2 starts. And the thing, even with Boone in the post game, he's not committal to any of this. In the past, he would have laid all the plans out. Yeah. Now he's like, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. That's, to me, that's the right way to go about it. Like, don't put yourself in a corner because now you kind of got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it open. Hey, whoever earns it, let's go. Healthy competition. Like, let's go with that. I think that's what's driving the group, and that's what's like got them in such a great place so far.
Mm-hmm. They definitely talked about the healthy competition between Ben Rice and Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
And they're hoping, Michael K mentioned today, like they're hoping it's like Mantle and Maris.
Oh, that would be unbelievable. Like they go ahead and they both bang over 50 homers or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be phenomenal. Sorry. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But, yeah, now that the word is official, kudos to the Yankees for doing that. You know, because Volpe was looked at as the golden boy, like Cashman's golden boy and all of that. And now they're treating him like you got to earn it, buddy. You got to earn your way back. So, some curious to see how that goes.
Do you think that speaks anything towards like feelings around Brian Cashman and his time as the GM?
No, I don't think I will say I think Brian Cashman has this job as long as he wants it. I think Hal Steinbrenner trusts him. They have a relationship. I didn't check to see what their age gap is, but in some ways they almost like grew up together. You would imagine.
I would think, yeah. I would think it's pretty close.
And he probably has that feeling that, hey, my father trusted this guy with everything to an extent because George, during the 2000s, took over the GM spot really after 0-1, and he called losing to the Diamondbacks an embarrassment. So I'm going to do it my way now. And that also led to a stretch of, not so good, right? It went back to, we're going to sign the big name every offseason, and we're not going to build the team the right way. So you don't really let Cashman do what he should be doing at that time. Plus, so I think Hal was like entrusted all the baseball stuff. Hal knows he's not a baseball guy. And that's what I'm saying. He trusts Cashman to do all of that. So you're saying, what's their age gap?
56 and 58. Hal's younger.
Okay.
By the way, so there's 2 things I did not know. One, his name is actually Harold, and his middle name is Zieg.
Harold Zieg?
Or Zieg. I don't know how to pronounce it. Zieg.
Never seen that in my life.
Harold Z. Steinbrenner.
Interesting.
And Brian Cashman is 58. Brian McGuire Cashman.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, he was born in Rockville Center. I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
Check that out.
So, yeah, I don't think it's about Cashman. I think it's more about like maybe you're acknowledging some of the flaws over the last couple of years. Like you should always be looking to get better at whatever you're doing, and maybe they're just like, hey, let's try it this way. And I probably know something. Judge obviously has a lot of influence in the organization now and has had it since he signed his new deal and became captain. And, we talked about it, like the uniforms thing and stuff like that and everything like that. He probably went in there and was like, something? Exactly what we're hearing. He probably told them this offseason, like, listen, guys, we need to treat this with a greater sense of urgency. Like, we shouldn't be like that. Could have changed everything. They don't play the Red Sox in the wild card series. They have a bye, right, which served them well the year before when they went to the World Series. And you have home advantage against the Blue Jays, which, there was talk about like maybe the Blue Jays had something going on because they were smacking up Yankee starters who like they've never got hit before all season, Rodon and Fried. So if those games are in Yankee Stadium instead, maybe a different story. So I want to see them do it. And the big tell will be in June because the annual June swoon that's happened most of the time during Boone's tenure, we'll see how it goes. Like maybe it doesn't happen this year. And that will be a huge thing. I think if the June swoon doesn't happen, then I think a lot of fans will really jump on board with like, hey, we're not just doing the same thing over again. Like
Mhm.
we can do this because right now to me they look like the clear cut. It's early. Right now they look like the
Super early.
clear cut class of the American League. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like that's how it looks so far. Hopefully, long way to go, but it's to me it's theirs, and we'll see on the National League side how that goes. But we got a long way to go there.
Mhm.
But I just want to acknowledge though the Yankees seem like they're operating differently, and it's encouraging. And the Volpe situation is the key. Is the proof in the pudding about this.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
All right, so we got awards time, Lisa. Let's get to it.
Mhm.
I have a feeling I know how this is gonna go. At least this one, next one.
Nope, I'm actually going
Whoa!
to let you go first because I think we may have two different people based on how you were talking during the episode. I'm
Ah,
I'm assuming who you picked, and it was not the same as me, unless you are going to prove me wrong. So
I
you
was
go ahead and share your top of the heap first.
all right. I was purposely tipping my hand as a
I
slight
believe
teaser,
that
but a bad
I
teaser.
believe you were. It was a terrible teaser.
It was foreshadowing. That's what I'll call it. Foreshadowing. Um,
Which
Aaron,
is appropriate because of the facial hair.
exactly, exactly. 5 o'clock shadowing. Um, yeah, Aaron Judge. Despite the facial hair, for me, it was Aaron Judge this week. Over the last 7 games, he's hitting 400 with a 516 on base percentage and a 960 slug. Those are more like the Aaron Judge numbers we've come to adore over the last some odd years. 4 homers, 6 RBIs, 5 walks, 8 Ks, 10 hits, and 9 runs scored. And yes, 2 spectacular plays in the field earlier today as well. Jumping catch against the fence and also
Mhm.
throwing behind the runner to get the guy leaning, maybe taking a little bit of a big turn around first.
Mhm.
So, yeah, going with the captain this week. Who do you have?
So I could have gone with him, but I feel like he's gonna get it multiple times throughout the year, and I feel like there were two other people that could have gotten it. So I'm gonna say mine, and I'm gonna say a special mention. So
Okay.
mine was our friend with the bruised thumb, Ben Rice, who was number 1A to Aaron Judge this week. So he had a 409 average. His OPS was 1.344, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, 5 runs, 9 hits, 3 walks, a stolen base. His on base percentage was 480, slugging 864. And I'm going to say special shout out to Cody Bellinger because as you and I are seeing, he's heating up at just the right time.
Yeah, Rice and Judge. Yeah, as
One
you
and
mentioned
1A.
earlier. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
you can't go wrong with either one of those.
Hmm.
All right, so King of the Hill pitcher of the week. You want to go first with this one?
Yeah, I'll go first only because when I was looking at it, I use a certain website. I think I use a slightly different website site than you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I kept playing with like the filters for the pictures, and none of them had like a clear cut person. So I was like, hmm. So I picked Paul Blackburn.
Paul Blackburn. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because this is what the stats said for him for the week. So a 0 ERA, 2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. His WHIP was a 0.50, and his average against is a 0. Sounds good to me, but I was like, Paul Blackburn? Like, do I really want to stick with this? But I went with what the numbers said.
Okay.
So there were several people, and I normally pick a starter, so I figured let me give the bullpen some love.
So this was a tough one, and I mean, Cam Schlittler again. He's
I
another
know
guy
I
we
didn't want to
could go
pick him
to.
again. I didn't want to
Yes.
pick him again. Yeah.
Will Warren also a excellent candidate as well. But I went with David Bednar.
Okay.
Both relievers this week.
Okay.
So I will run by his last 7 outings. Record of 1-0, 1.29 ERA, 4 saves, 7 innings, 6 hits. So you got to make sure we reflect these 7 innings and 6 hits because there's not many
Mhm.
clean ones. A 1 walk though, and 8 strikeouts in those 7 innings, and a 1 WHIP. So David Bednar multiple saves this week. He's
Mhm.
my guy. Honorable mentions to Cam Schlittler and Will Warren.
Absolutely.
We haven't got. I haven't got. I don't think this is. I think this is the first time I went with a reliever all season. I think maybe you also.
Mm, maybe. Maybe. I don't. I normally don't. And when I notice that I don't, I try to pick one.
Okay. This part of it though, there's you don't. I mean, I figured we would. The preview would just be tomorrow's finale against the Orioles. Or do you have the
I
Rangers?
No, they. I looked at
Yeah, I
it
didn't think so.
before. I looked at it when the game was over. I looked at it right before we started, and I looked at it during
Okay.
our conversation, and they still don't have anything listed. So it's just tomorrow.
Bang! So it was ready to go.
It's ready to go. So their fourth and final game of the series with the Orioles is tomorrow, and it's going to be Shane Baz. He's a righty. He has a 1-2 record, 4.50 ERA, and 29 strikeouts on the season. And he will be up against Cam Schlittler. He's a righty, 4-1 record, 1.51 ERA. He's hurting him out there, and 49 strikeouts on the season so far. And that's it. The rest of them are our favorite to be determined.
Yeah. So we're calling
They've been holding it close to the best all season, and usually don't release it until the end of the last game of the series. So I've noticed.
Yeah, that's what I figured. This is where the preview is just going to be for tomorrow night because
Yeah.
it's one of those rare wraparound 4-game series around the weekend. You don't get like a couple of them a year. So over there. But listen, hopefully the Yanks go ahead and take care of that sweep of the series because another thing Judge and I know Stanton had mentioned too is a lot of times they're like, hey, 3 out of 4 is cool, 2 out of 3 is cool. But why not a sweep? Let's keep our foot on the gas all season long. So keep on with that theme. All right, so that does it for us then this week. Thanks for joining us as always. If you joined us on the Facebook live stream, be sure to check out our Facebook group, the Empire 161 Show, where we share lineups and highlights and all the other good stuff that doesn't make the show or sometimes does make the show. So check us out there. Check out popculturepros.com on Facebook. That's what we're represented by. You can check us out on Instagram at Empire161 Show as well. You want to know more about the daily goings of Giancarlo Stanton? No. Anything Yankees related as well. You can check us out on Instagram as well. If you want to check us, if you're checking us out on YouTube, subscribe to Pop Culture Pros because that's where you can catch us and past episodes and future episodes and all of that. And wherever you found your audio podcast. We will be back next week. Once again, as usual, talking about the week in Yankees baseball. Blue Milk Sundays.
Please have it tomorrow, please.
I'm hoping we'll see what else we have. I mean, we'll see because I will be at 3 games this week, the next 3 nights. So plenty of opportunity to get into other stuff. So we'll see you then. Let's go Yankees.
Bye.